Welcome to my Sunday sermon for atheists. Well, I just got finished taking cash out of my bank, so when I go to Rome, I can use cash instead of card. I know I eat a lot of it as far as like the transaction fees, but like a lot of places in Rome, they don't take, they do take card, but like the smaller shops don't. So it's better off using cash. Those smaller shops end up having really great food. So I will say that my road to atheism was a long, hard one, but I always knew as a kid that there was just something up and there's something that was contradictory about Christianity. So I even, and when I told my mother I didn't believe it, let's just say it was not well received. And at that point, it's like I was terrified of being alone, and so I had to conform to the, dare I say, the belief of the system of like what everyone was believing. And it just didn't make any sense. If God is loving, why is he sending everyone to hell because of that? And very tight as far as his beliefs. And for me, what really was difficult was taking the Lord's name in vain, which was I had a difficulty with because it just didn't make any sense how God, people get upset with God, and it wasn't allowed. It was like one of the 10 Commandments. Why not harming animals or people? And it was just more concern for, the Lord's pride or God's pride than it was for the harm of animals. And here I'm being told, like, killing babies is wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. Then if God can move mountains, then why stop the killing of babies? Why not change the suffering of people? And it was always an excuse. It was always an excuse, and where I had to be held accountable, and God was never held accountable. And God was always, how can God be accountable when God is perfect? And for me, it's like, okay, but the world is imperfect. And there are just like many things I just had, like, angst about the beliefs of God and what God was about and what this was about. That was like, it just never made any sense to me. Yet it just drove me crazy, especially like, I loved films. Even when I was younger, my mother and I, we always saw tons of movies, and we saw there was a lot of swearing, and they would say Jesus Christ and God damn it. And so sometimes the lines in movies were so funny that I would just say it in my head, and I was just like, haha. But then I would just like go into this neurotic state of mind, like, I'm sorry, God, I'm sorry. And I became more neurotic, thinking that I was being watched. And I was being looked at, someone was observing me, and I just was not in a healthy state of mind. And also, like, I had less accountability when I was a Christian. Like, I could get away with, oh, God forgives me. End of part 1.